Good morning and welcome to week 30 of our breathing. I started this in lockdown and here we are again on week 30, back in lockdown again. So today we're going to do a bit more on our breathing with our nose and why we breathe through our nose. Now, with our breathing, why breathing is so important, humans can survive for about 40 days without food, 4 days without water, 4 minutes without oxygen. So you can see it's very, very important that we have a lot of oxygen. Most of our oxygen comes from green plants in a process called photosynthesis, which at school absolutely hated photosynthesis, hated talking about it, hated doing it. But yet now in this life, it's actually become something really important to me. And so the reason that with yoga especially, we talk about looking after our planet and our plants and not cutting down our rainforest, but it looks after us. Without the green plants, without the trees, we won't survive, we can't live, so we need those. Now, breathing starts in the brain at the back, and it's called the medulla. Now, again, I'm not great with Latin as I'm useless with Sanskrit as well, but the medulla at the back of our brain works and it tells our diaphragm to relax and to contract so that we breathe. And as it does that, it pushes us out. And just pull that down a tiny touch. The right lung is slightly bigger than the left lung. The right lung has got 3 lobes, a bottom lobe, middle lobe and top lobe, whereas the left lung has got a middle lobe and a top lobe. It's because you've got the heart sitting in there. And it's believed that if you flatten all the alveoli, and the alveoli are the right at the end, so as it goes down the trachea, through the nose, it warms it, the trachea's got all mucus in it, it takes rid of all, again, filters the air as it goes in. As it goes into the lungs, it's split off into little branches like the roots of a tree, hence why we should look after our trees. And it goes down into these tiny little sacs called alveoli. Inside there, on the membrane, there's also like an antibiotic, which again filters before the air passes through, filters the oxygen before it passes into the blood. And it's the oxygen that gives the muscles the reason to move around. But if you flattened all them alveoli, apparently, they believe, because they've never done it, it would fill the size of a tennis court. So there's quite a lot, and that's why we need to breathe right down into the base of the lungs to get to all the alveoli. There's an old saying, the nose is for breathing and the mouth is for eating, and that is completely true. As you breathe through your nose, it slows down the rate that it goes in, and this helps to balance the oxygen and the carbon dioxide in the body. And again, if there's not enough oxygen in the body, in the blood cells, then it doesn't help the body to move, it doesn't help it function, it doesn't help us blink, it doesn't help us eat, it doesn't help us do our exercises, so we need that oxygen. And if there's too much carbon dioxide is quickly lost, as we do when we mouth breathe, again, that stops it from going into the lungs. Sorry, I've got all my little notes here, so don't forget. Now, the most important thing that with nose breathing helps, and the slowing down of the breath, is that in here, right in the nose, the oxygen mixes with nitrous oxide, and this helps to reduce the blood vessels to help them to open up, and this in turn lowers the blood pressure. Nose breathing, So nose breathing again sends the breathing further down the lungs. So if we're to breathe into the mouth, you find that you kind of breathe more into the chest. If you breathe through the nose, you'll find that it'll tend to go right down to the bottom, right into the diaphragm more so. And when it does this, as it's doing this, as it's slowing down that breathing, it's slowing down our blood pressure, our parasympathetic nervous system, which is our fight and flight. It calms us down. So the slower we breathe, the better it is for us. So we're going to take it back to abdominal breathing. So we're going to sit up nice and straight. I'm going to lower this one a little. I hope you can see there and there. So I'm going to get my belly out, which has got bigger as I've got into my menstrual, what's it called? Premenstrual. So I'm in menopausal now, and my stomach has put on that little bit of weight. So with this, we're going to try and breathe down into the stomach. We're going to breathe in through the nose, and we're going to try and bring it down to here. As we breathe out, we want to push it out. Breathing up through that nose, sending it right down into the belly. Breathing out, pushing it back through here. Let's do a couple more. Close your eyes, sit up straight. Feel that movement into the belly. Bring it back. And make sure that the jaw's not gripping, that you're relaxing the jaw while you're doing this. And it should feel as if it wants to spread all the way around. I'm just going to take a few cleansing breaths. And the cleansing breaths are still up the nose, but they're out the mouth. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed the breathing, and I will see some of you hopefully if you want to join me tonight 8:30 for Duvet Yoga. Bye bye.